Okay, what up everybody? It's your boy the 313 J-Mo. I'm back with another video for y'all, and today we talking Pistons and who should they draft. As you see, those are top draft prospects in my opinion. You know, it's still a few guys that I didn't mention. I don't mention Cam Johnson and my boy Travis Troxel just did a video on. Make sure you go check that out. But okay, we gonna talk about these draft prospects because the Pistons are in a position of opportunity to be very successful for years to come, and this is something that we can't mess up. I think a point guard is our biggest need, even over a small forward. Okay, now let's start with the man, the myth, the legend, the shooter, Carson Edwards. Man, this guy right here, he put on a show in the tournament like no other. I mean, a legendary show, and that will go down in NBA history forever. Okay, he's had a pretty good career from the start of his career. You know, 24 points per game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 35% from 3, 18 his sophomore year. He shot 40% from the field, but that doesn't concern me considering what he did to the top team in the tournament, Virginia. He completely and utterly destroyed Virginia, the #1 defensive team, and it wasn't just Virginia. He beat up on Villanova. So in the tournament, he went against top competition and was shooting lights out. You see, all shooters are not created equal. This man can shoot off the dribble. That's what makes Steph Curry the greatest shooter ever. It's not because he's a great shooter. It's because he can do that off his dribble. Carson Edwards has great handles, and he can shoot off the dribble, hit a step back. I mean, the dude was literally pulling from the logo. Like, that's more than the NBA ring. He was pulling from the literal logo all net. This dude is a great defender. I know you see the 3 assists, but he's a good passer too. But you know, being a high volume scorer, you're not always trying to pass. He's a great player. He had his coming out party in the tournament. This guy was going to come out last year, and he was on the Pistons radar, which is having me hoping and praying that we draft this guy. He's a great player, man. I'm gonna tell you that you don't do what this kid is doing and not turn out to be a great player, from Steph Curry to the D-Ways. I'm talking about guys that went into the tournament and overachieved, especially Curry. He took Davidson to the Sweet 16, I think, or the Elite 8, something like that. He did this with this Purdue team against Virginia, the best team, and he was torching them all night, day and all night. This kid is a special player. I didn't even mention his elite athleticism. He's an elite athlete at 6 feet. I know people don't like his height, but look at Eric Bledsoe, and I'm telling you, he's going to be way better than Eric Bledsoe ever was if he's healthy. If this man does not have any serious injuries, he will be a star. And that's why I'm so adamant about getting him, because I know he's going to be a star. I've seen enough. I did enough research. He's a star. Only thing that can keep him from being a star is literally getting hurt. And I don't see that happening. I'm praying the Pistons getting him would save our franchise. We finally have the star point guard we need, and this dude is a shooter. Look at what he did against the best competition. Torched them. He had a slump going into the tournament, which is why his percentages went down. Once the tournament hit, man, like I said, he broke the record for most threes in the NCAA tournament. He broke the record for most points, 139 through 4 games in the NCAA tournament. This guy is different, man. He's a different breed, y'all. All right, now we're going to move on to my man, Kevin Porter Jr. This guy is an elite shot creator for being a freshman. Same thing I said about Jordan Poole being an honorable mention. That's why I love Jordan Poole, because he can create shots. He has a nasty step back, 9 points per game, 47 from the field, 41% from 3-point range, but he's not really a 3-point shooter. It's a low volume. He's a mid-range guy. He's a scorer. You can definitely tell that he'll excel on the NBA level when it comes to scoring. You know, he has a shiftiness to him. He has a balance to him. He has some good handles on him. 6'6", you know, a big frame, but you know, it's things he has to work on, like his defense, his free throw shooting. But I like Kevin Porter's potential, especially when it comes to scoring. Like, he looks like he can get in the lead day one and be a scorer. So he's definitely a guy to watch, and his potential, he has a great upside. All right, now we're going to move on to Sekou Doumbouya. Now tonight on the Pistons Center Court on Detroit Drew's channel, we will be having the guest Bravo. He's very huge on Sekou Doumbouya, and I like this guy, and I like his potential. Now this guy they talking about him being a lottery pick. He's only 18 years old. 6'9", 6'11" wingspan, 8 points per game. He's very, very good in transition, very good at running the floor. He's an all-around defender, can defend at every level. He can switch on point guards and defend them. I love his defensive versatility. He's a very good athlete. That's definitely going to translate to the NBA extremely well. He's not soft. He plays through contact. He's aggressive. He has dribbling skills for his height, and he has good strength and good speed. Sekou is a developmental player, but when you see guys like Giannis, like Siakam, even to a lesser extent Luka Doncic, because they didn't take as much development, he's a developmental guy. But like I said, they're talking about him being a lottery pick, so that lets you know he's the real deal. I love his height. I love his defensive intensity. He never gives up on a play. Even if you score on him, it's never easy. He's stout in the post. I love this guy's potential. One guy I didn't put up on here was Bobo, and y'all know why, his injury issues, but I'm very high on him. But I feel like him, Sekou, and Bobo have some of the highest potential. This dude is 18 years old, raw. If we develop this guy, he could turn into a star. He could really develop into one of the best players in his league. He needs to work on his shooting. I would say he has good dribbling abilities, but he needs to work on creating his own shot. Those things that he'll learn in the NBA game, but he's 18. I keep saying he's 18 because I want y'all to know how young he is and already how good he is for his age and his potential. I'll be perfectly fine with this pick, even though I want a point guard, because I believe in his potential, and I believe if we develop this guy the way Casey developed Siakam, this guy could turn into a special player. All right. Now we're going to move on to the next guy. That is KZ Okpala. I like this guy a lot. I definitely like his. I talk about potential a lot, but I like his potential. He could be a superstar, if he gets his stuff together. But as you can see, 6'9", 215, 17 points per game, 5 rebounds, 47% from the field, 37% from the three. Has great offensive versatility, meaning he can score at any level. Very good soft touch and a very good finisher. He has a very good handle on him, can create his own shot off the dribble. He's great in transition, like you see there, 59% in transition. And he's great in transition at creating shots for others or creating shots from himself. He can start or finish fast breaks. He improved his outside shot. His freshman season, he shot 23% from three. He pushed that up to 37. He has natural passing instincts, so he's a natural passer, and that's something that he can improve on. But he has some Brandon Ingram comparisons. I think Brandon Ingram has more length than he does, with his arms. But I like his game. Really smooth, really focused game. It looks like he plays the right way. I like KZ Okpala, and I would not be upset if we drafted him in the slightest. All right, now on to the guy that's last, but most certainly not least. That's your boy, Keldon Johnson from Kentucky. It's not that many guards left at 15, but he's one of the guys that I definitely would take. He has great burst. That's what I love about him. He's a good three-point shooter, 46% from the field, 13.5 points per game. He moves great without the ball. He has a total... He's good. He has a total offensive game, and he's good at that. I love his burst because I think that matters. His burst to get into the rim. He scores on the move really well. He can create his own shot. He's really good in transition, and I love his burst. I love his scoring ability. I love his potential because he's very young. He's just a freshman. So this guy, I think he'll be a great addition to the team, and I think his shooting will translate, and I love his athleticism. His athleticism is really good, and he's a smart basketball player, has a little moxie to him, and he's tough. I think Keldon Johnson will be the great opportunity for us at the point guard position, since it's so limited at 15 and most of the good point guards will be gone. Him and Carson Edwards are the point guards we definitely should go after. Make sure you check Pistons Center Court today on Detroit Drew's channel. Make sure you track this live draft special. The picture I got up on June 20th with Everything King and Noble Sports Entertainment. We will be on Pistons in the Court today on Detroit Drew's channel. It's 313 J Mo. Let me know what y'all think about these draft prospects and your own. I'm out of here, y'all.